This one's called The Lonely Peacock. All right.
Tom, this is meant to be sad.
Yeah, just hold your laughter if you can, Tom.
Sorry.
Right, so there are these two peacocks, right?
It's not lonely then.
No, well, just don't interject yet. I mean, I'm getting to the crux of this.
Sorry.
It's a sad story, so where do you think it's going, Tom?
I'm guessing one of the peacocks dies and the other one becomes lonely.
Well, we'll
I reckon
see.
only one of them kills themselves.
What?
So,
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah, he's bullied by the other peacocks.
right.
Yeah.
Should we come back to this after a song, you think?
No,
Right.
keep going. We're serious. Keep going.
No, I really feel... Oh.
No, Lonely Peacock.
All right, you want to hear it now, don't you? You
Yeah.
want to be sad now, all of a sudden. All right, so
We want to find out how he kills himself.
he doesn't kill himself. That's not the story. I have the story in my head. I'm going to tell you as best I can if I can just get started.
Does he have a run-in with gangsters and they kill him?
Well, some
He
gangsters.
wanted to be more curvy, and he asked some doctor to put lead in his ass, and then he went into the pond and he drowned.
All right. So... some gangsters admitted. All right, just play a song. Just play a song.
Keep
You're
going.
out
This
of
is-
control.
No, this is funny. Keep going.
All right. Okay. So there's two peacocks. As we've established, there are two peacocks. Right.
You knew this would happen, though.
Just let me continue the story, Tom. It's story time, children. Just calm down. Right, so there's two peacocks, which I've said about 5 times now. And, yeah, they're the last peacocks alive. Right, they're the last peacocks... Stop it. Watch it, Tom. Watch it. They're the last... Tony's about to crack up as well.
A question is forming in my
There's
head.
nothing funny about this story.
How did they become the last two alive?
I'm about to get to that.
That's
Right.
pretty sad. They're only the last. Anyway, keep going.
No, well, if they can't breed properly, then they deserve to be extinct, I think.
Right.
If they can put themselves in that position, then they can go away.
Okay.
let's
There's two peacocks. They're the only ones alive on Earth. They're the only sort. They're the only peacocks left on Earth.
Okay.
What
What are their names?
Can I just get on to my story?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
people are right behind me with this story. Well, there was a bit of a smart-ass who said, how many peacocks were there? Well, very funny.
How many, there was two, isn't there?
Yeah, there's two.
Jack
They're
and
called
Jill.
Jack and Jill.
And what's the other one called?
What, Jack and Jill?
Oh, there's only two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's just two. Yeah, I know you're taking the mick now, Tony, so I just want to get on with my story now. As someone suggests, suicide peacocks, this is experimental. Well, it's not about suicidal peacocks. I want to tell you the story now.
Did all the other peacocks, are they the only two left because everyone else committed suicide?
No, what happened was, so there's two peacocks called Jack and Jill.
Were they in like a fallout shelter and then a meteor hit and all the
No,
other
no,
peacocks died?
there's a gang of like black wolves, and that's not racist.
Why did you feel the need to mention the colour of the wolves?
Well, because they're dark and ominous and scary. They're like shadows. They're like kung fu ninja wolves, and they go about their business. They're very terrifying, and yeah, so you know they're the peacock's natural predator, right?
Well, they've been doing a good job. There's only two
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, they have. They just went to town on these peacocks.
That's not a smart idea because then the peacocks will die out and then the wolves won't have any food and then they'll die out.
They don't have to eat themselves.
No, the wolves are just the wolves have got like they're ruling the jungle with an iron fist. They're in the jungle.
Jungle wolves? What
Yeah,
kind of...
jungle wolves.
Yeah,
just
there's,
go with
there's
it.
wolves in the jungle.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So basically,
Relax.
what happens is, so the peacocks they have to band together. Except Jill doesn't really like Jack in that way. So he's kind of he tries to get off with her. It just doesn't work. And meanwhile, they're constantly under the threat of these wolves, and it's really hard going when you just need to really stick together and you can't. Because it's just not requited for Jack, and he feels quite
Who's
lonely.
she holding out for?
Well,
Yeah, she's got no other options now.
she's quite stubborn. She's quite stubborn.
Maybe Jack just is that. Maybe he's got like the worst plumage of the.
Yeah, he's quite ugly, so she preferred death rather than breeding with him.
Wow.
Oh, poor Jack.
Yeah,
no wonder he killed himself.
He didn't kill himself. He didn't kill himself. All right. So basically, there needs to be a drastic change in Jack's life here. I mean,
He needs gay peacocks to make him over. That's what he needs.
Well, he could get a queer eye treatment.
But there's no peacocks left.
Nah.
So, constantly under threat from these black wolves, he decides to
Strike a deal with the wolves.
To become a wolf himself.
No, he takes matters into his own hands.
Oh, I don't know what this is done.
So I mean, and he's thinking, I need to protect the species here. I've got to step up my game. I've got to be, I've got to be a man here. I've got to be a real peacock.
That's the peacock is the manliest of the birds.
Yeah, well, and that's what he thinks. Like, with all these patterns, these cute patterns, they're not doing any good. They're not scaring anything off. I mean, it just looks attractive, and the wolves aren't threatened.
He needs to shave his feathers off and get mad tattoos all over his body.
Well, he did try that.
Oh, did he?
And then he grew his feathers back, and he thought, no, I do need a sort of a queer eye makeover. And he ended up somehow finding some paint, some black paint.
Somehow.
Is this the first goth peacock?
It might be.
Is this the story of the first goth peacock?
In a way, no, it's the story of the Lonely Peacock, which I suppose is the goth peacock.
Yeah, all right.
So anyway, he just doused himself in paint. It's like
I can't believe Jill won't sleep with him.
No, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Because I mean, they're both peacocks. Why not? They're a perfect match. They've got a lot in common.
They're the
They eat the same
definition
thing.
of a perfect match. There's only two of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the only ones left.
No, but she wouldn't, even if he was the last one.
Does Jill not want to have kids?
No, Jill's just not interested. Doesn't fancy him.
So she has no
fancy
interest in preserving the race whatsoever.
No, none whatsoever.
Is she holding out there might be another, like, stud?
Yeah,
of
she's
peacock?
not convinced like he's the only one, and she will not do
I've
it.
heard this line before, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm not
basically,
going to listen to you.
this is an old pickup line.
I sometimes tell women I'm the only man left on Earth, and it doesn't work because there's other men within
Within a meter.
within a meter, and she's like, "Well, that's clearly a lie."
So basically, there's this, this black peacock. All of a sudden, he sort of doused himself in paint, had a good roll around, and man, he looks terrifying. He spreads his wings up and like, yeah, like I'm the most terrifying peacock there is now, and I'm going to save the peacock race, and I'll do it to impress Jill. Like what I'm going to do.
Save the peacock. So he's just going to save Jill. That's the peacock race.
Yeah, but not only is he impressing her, he's going to impress her so much that she's like, yeah, I want a bit of that.
I think he should give up. If she's that,
She seems very
that
picky.
picky.
She seems like the Carrie Bradshaw of the peacock world.
But,
Sex and the City.
all hope looks lost. But he's
What?
like, no, this will be the thing. I'll scare the wolves off forever. I'll take it right to the wolves.
shouldn't have
I'll
to
show
be-
I can be scary.
It shouldn't have to be resorting to this.
I know. Can't they move? What?
No,
they
they're
move
stuck in
somewhere
the
else?
jungle. No, it's a big upheaval moving, isn't it? So you don't
Yeah,
want to
but
uproot
they're
your
peacocks.
life.
They don't have anything.
Where they're taking their couch, their
Yeah,
plasma
no,
TV.
they're settled in. They've got their nice hut. I don't know what they have.
Hang on. Do they live in two houses? Do they live
Yeah,
together?
yeah, separate houses.
Separate
Yeah,
houses,
separate
yeah.
houses. But being forced into move with each other because I mean for protection basically they have to look after each other. I mean Jill's quite reluctant, and Jack keeps on trying to make a move, so Jill's not. Yeah, Jill's a bit sus about it all.
That
About
would
the
be
arrangement.
awkward.
But they don't have a choice anyway. Doused in black paint, the peacock Jack looks terrifying now, so he goes to the wolves and he spreads his wings as far as he can, and it just scares them off. The wolves are terrified; they've never seen anything so bad in their lives, and the wolves suddenly they respect the peacock, they respect Jack for really taking it to them and standing up and being a man once and
That
for
seems
all.
like a pretty flimsy character motivation.
Well, he wants to save the species.
Yeah, but now they're like, oh man, we respect
But
you.
hang on. What's the point of saving the species if he can't procreate? Who gives a crap?
No, he can. He can. He believes he can because he's gone. Look, I'm awesome now. I'm a new peacock. I've reinvented myself. Jill's gonna love this, and I've saved the species. We're just gonna procreate till the dawn.
I really don't like Jill.
So
She's she's high expectations.
Exactly.
so basically, what happens is the wolves are scared off. They go, all right, fair enough, mate. That-
But hang on.
Yeah.
He's got. Do they know he's just got black paint on him? Like,
no, they have no idea. They haven't seen this transformation.
Where
take
did
place.
he get the paint?
Bunnings?
Bunnings.
Right.
Yeah.
So the peacock walks into Bunnings.
Yep.
And the guy at Bunning, I assume it's a man,
Yep.
said, "How can I help you, Mr. Peacock?"
Yeah.
And
Jack.
what did the peacock say? Oh, Jack. So he's been in there before. He's a frequent shopper,
Yeah,
and he knew
yeah.
him.
I mean, he needed to build a house, didn't
So
he?
Jack, how's it going with Jill? Still getting nothing?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay. So the peacock can talk the human language,
Yep.
or he can speak.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Wouldn't he just go and get help then from the wolves if he could talk?
No. It doesn't work that way.
So-
Look, it's just what happens. What happens is you're forgetting the important point. He scares the wolves off because the wolves are like, right, fine.
So they don't know this is Jack. This is like some other.
Oh, so they've gone. Yeah, we know there's only two peacocks in the world, but now there's this third
mysterious
black
black one. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
oh,
but they're
that-
scared out of the whisk because they haven't seen anything like this before. It's like a peacock that finally poses some threat, and real terror strikes terror in their hearts. They're like, this is your territory now. We're going to go. We can find food
And he
elsewhere.
writes terrible poetry as well.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
About
so,
Jill.
so the wolves leave, and Jack is just triumphant. But in trying to impress Jill, he's changed his appearance and changed who he was. And Jill's like, well, I'd rather you have been
That's
yourself.
bullshit! She wanted to have him at the beginning, and then he changes who he is, and she says she'd rather have the first one. What the hell is this Jill's problem? What the hell?
Well, it's a lesson. It's like, just be true to yourself.
But that didn't work in the first place. She told him to be someone else.
No, the lesson there is don't hang around with people who just don't respect you.
She's an uptight, snooty bitch. Jill is what is.
Never seen someone so angry about a peacock. It's just a story, Tony.
But he went through all the effort to change, and then
He
she
risked
says,
his life, and she's like, "Oh, Black was like so last year."
"You should be who you were originally." I mean, she didn't like him
No,
originally.
she just has strong values.
And
you
then,
know.
and then in a fit of rage, Jack slaughtered Jill, and then he is the last lonely.
He's the Lonely Peacock, and
You
that's
don't know what you want, you dumb peacock.
that's how he became the Lonely Peacock. Because even though he tried as hard as he could, the fact was Jill would never accept him.
So what? He kills her.
No, I didn't. Add Tom at Tom.
Well,
At
how
that.
did he
maybe
become-
he doesn't kill her. He just goes to the wolves and say, "Hey, if you're still hungry, there's one over there."
So basically,
basically what happens now is
and he
Jack
rats
has
her
resigned. Jack has resigned to the fact that Jill's not attracted, and they sort of just.
Why doesn't he?
They sort of just live their lives now until they die, and they never procreate. And
so they're just.
It's the worst story I've ever heard.
Holy crap! So basically, they're polite to each other from now on.
They're civil.
Yeah.
But
They're civil.
he's all hope is dead. He's basically shriveled up everything inside him and just.
yeah. So now, because of their stubbornness, like Jill's stubbornness, the species just dies out. They're in harmony. They live in harmony, and they
Not harm.
they prosper. But that's it for the species. That's it.
But there's always going to be that underlying sexual tension there, though.
Jack should build a woman. His time would be better spent trying to build a
You
peacock.
could just go and find some other bird.
Well,
Literally,
no,
some
that's-
other bird.
No, that's it. That's it for the peacock species. That's it. All Jack needed to do was just be himself.
But
Yeah,
that
but
didn't
she
work.
didn't like that in the
didn't
first
work.
place.
No, well, you know.
What he needed to do was go, you know what? You don't like me for what I am. I'm going to leave. I'm going to find somewhere
He
else.
should have kept his dignity.
The moral is you shouldn't change who you are for anyone.
But
And that's the story for today. That's the sob story. I don't think it's got you sad.
I'm very upset. I'm very angry. I'm very angry.
Well, as someone has suggested through the text line, sob story or rage story? Good point. Good point.